I can't believe that I was married to him. I was zocha to be married for 21 beautiful years to a person of Yirat Shamayim and Ahavat Israel, and a lot of achrayut, and in Hebrew you say Rosh Gadol, meaning he sees what needs to be done. There's a simat lev in a way that's mamash connecting Shamayim ve'aretz, the sky and the ground. Very, very practical, very, if in the shul, in the community, you needed somebody to give a lecture and also somebody to sweep up the floor afterwards, he would prepare the lecture and he would grab the broom. Hashem is strengthening Am Yisrael all the time. After 2,000 years of mamash exile, of being, mimakom lemakom, pogromim, but with a lot of, sechel and regesh and learning, Am Yisrael has so much to give to the world. Now, as a nation here and having an army here was something that Avi always, more than appreciated. How do you say, this is a nes. Some people would come and need a chizuk, so we would take them. He would take them to the balcony and show him Yerushalayim built like this. This is a nes. Our grandfathers would never have even imagined 80 years ago that this could happen. This is a nes. Medinat Yisrael is a nes, and having an army is a nes. That also the Jewry abroad, there is what to strengthen there, and the connections to Israel. So doing shlichut was almost, a given needed thing, and we were very, very happy to have gotten to Memphis specifically, a warm community, and we still have very, very dear connections and strong kesher with the people there. Avi was the Rosh Kollel of Torah Mitzion there, and it means having also Bachurim who came from Israel to also do chavrutot and have different projects in the Kehillah, a lot of limud Torah, a lot of tzionut. I worked with children and with women, and it was just very, very special for us. Yet it was galut. It's not the place for Am Yisrael. Am Yisrael is really not only a religion, it's much more a nation, and a nation has a land. And I know everybody understands that, and I hope and wish that Hashem brings, everybody's private world into the world of being Am Yisrael in Eretz Yisrael. This is where the field is. You can be leaders, you can be cheerleaders, but the field is here. Being an Abba of, just loving each child in a way that they are so confident in their life, and in each other's lives. If there was an argument, he knew how to make it a good situation. I don't know how. It's just was flowing in his veins, how to be a direct person of advice, because he worked mainly with adolescents. So with our children, we have 8 children from the age of 20 to 4.5. So it's different stages of lives. The best Abba that can be in the world. And before that, the best husband that can be in the world. The best. And that's why I feel him very, very strongly now. As if, it's not as if, it is true, and the neshama is much bigger than the body. And I think people say, and I think they see something correct, that we really did have something very, very unique and strong with light between us. Baruch Hashem, and I wish all the people in the world should have this, specifically Am Yisrael, Beit Ne'eman B'Yisrael. Well, we just are honored to have a surprise knock on the door now for something technical, to pick up something, but I'm sitting next to Rabbi Kastel, who he and Jeanette, his wife, are shadchanim and teachers of Torah and of life and Tnu'ah, And we were zoche to be one of their shiluchim.
Well, we knew them from childhood. I mean, Rajel was a counselor of one of our sons who was Down syndrome. And Avi grew up together with my eldest son in the same class. So we knew them both for years. And then I realized that Rajel was starting being interested in getting married. That was my impression, at least, at the time. Something like that. I did something for the first and only time in my life, which was that I sat with Avi for a long time, trying to persuade him to see Rajel, because he said, I'm going to the army and I'm not interested in anything now, and forget about it. And then I said something.
4 days later, this was on Sunday of Chol HaMoed Pesach, and on Isur Chag, he's going to the army.
He was going to the army. And
who starts a relationship then?
Yeah, and I said something that I never said again or before, which was, see her once and do it for me.
So then Ruby and Jeanette spoke to, Jeanette at the end of that Motzei Shabbat, she said, do you want to meet Avi? And I said, yes! It's a big, big yes. And then the Sunday morning, Ruby spoke to him for over 2 hours to convince him. He said, do it for me. Or he also said, in this year and a half that you're in the army, I may find somebody. So, and then we spoke on the phone at 1:30 in the afternoon. And on that phone, we said that if it's im zezeh, we're not getting married in the army. Because a lot of times it happens that, Misha Nasui as Zal Cheshbon, Achirim, they do more Shmirot and Shabbatot because he gets released more. So we only got engaged after 10 months. But during that first meeting, during that Sunday night, it was very obvious. It's because Avi has such a sense of truth, of emet,
Nachon.
And of shalom together.
And chesed and emet together, and shalom. And that's the rare thing. Whenever I talk to someone about Avi, he said, what do you mean Avi? Avi and Rachel. He doesn't go to alone at all.
And honestly, for 250 days of reserves, which he was exempt, both because he already had more than 6 children and both because he was already 43. For both of us, it was very obvious that as long as you can contribute to Am Yisrael, 250 days is a lot since October 7 at 3:30 p.m. When he left. But what gave me the koach was the conversations with him, talking about meaning. This war that was forced upon us with horrible enemies who just want to bring destruction and death to the world. We have a life of meaning. We have a message of bringing chayim, chen, v'chesed, v'torah. So having this kind of husband is I just thank Hashem. There was a katav, there was an itonai that got in there, and for 1 second he said, "אתה רוצה למסור דש למשפחה?" And you can see, when you're a chayal, the Rambam, the Hilchot Rambam למלחמה זה you have to leave your family, your wife and your children, behind a curtain or something. You can't think about them all the time, otherwise it's dangerous.
אבל אני נרגש. יאללה, קרמלה, בואי. מוסר דש חם למשפחה האהובה שלי, משפחת גולדברג בירושלים, לרחל ולכל הילדים. אוהב אתכם. תודה.
Someone had this cell phone in Lebanon, and he said, do you want to leave a message to your wife and children? So he did a message of 4.5 minutes. And then he told him what number, but I didn't get it, or I got it, but it was in a flood of messages that I had during those days. So I missed it because it wasn't a person that I knew. And only on Motzei Shabbat Bereshit, where I already have known 2 people were killed in his battalion. And I was thinking, he's the Rabbi Tzva'i. He needs to take care of the bodies with Yirat Kavod to gather. So I wrote to him, even though I knew he would only see it when he comes back to Israel. I want to talk to you, I want to hug you, thinking that he was doing this job, taking care of your friends' bodies. But he was one of them. So then during that Motzei Shabbat, I still didn't know, of course, until 5:20 in the morning when they knocked. But only then I had time during that night because I was worried about the laundry after Simchat Torah, after not doing laundry for all Sukkot. I was busy during that, and I went back and saw this message, and then I heard this message.
רחל היקרה וכל הילדים, שלום. מצאתי איכשהו לשלוח לכם פה איזושהי הודעה. אנחנו עדיין פה באיזשהו כפר, 2 קילומטר משטח ישראל. אנחנו אפילו צופים על חלק מהיישובים פה בצפון. עושים עבודה מאוד מאוד טובה, יש הצלחות מאוד גדולות לגדוד. אני מאחל לכולם גמר חתימה טובה, אוהב אתכם מאוד. אני מתרגש. קשה לי להאמין שאני פה ולא יכול לברך אתכם אישית, כל אחד בברכת הילדים, אבל אני מברך כל ילד וילד ואוהב אתכם ומעריך אתכם מאוד מאוד. אתם משפחה מקסימה, ותודה ממש לכולם. אוהב אתכם מאוד, מעריך אתכם ומתפלל במעט תפילות שיש לי זמן, שתהיה לנו שנה טובה ומתוקה, עם בשורות טובות, ומחכה כבר לחיבוקים, ובאמת כל כך תודה על מי שאתם, ותמשיכו להתפתח ולצמוח הרבה שנים, במיוחד השנה כמובן, ותעמידו בנים ובנות, צדיקים וצדקניות, שיסמכו את הקדוש ברוך הוא בכל העשייה בארץ ישראל. אוהב אתכם מאוד, חג שמח, וסליחה שאני לא איתכם.
But people all around say, Rachel, I feel like he's in me. Like, and I wasn't, the closest, but something in his being was glowing. His light, mamash, as if he had panim shel Shabbat every day of the week, and then on Shabbos it was 7 times more. But people like Avi, who have this, dear sense of, very clear spine of emet, yet so much, love and kavod to the people around here. So we had in this living room some mifgashei siach, talking people from different political views. And Avi was the best listener and the best, talker. Please Hashem, make this just happen more quickly, because we see it happening. The Geula is happening. We just want it to be with less loss, less pain, less blood, and bring Avi's Ruach upon all of Am Yisrael. Bemet. I was zoche.